Hey, Greenup County, I'm Ella Howard,
And I'm Reese.
and welcome back to GCTV.
We've had a lot of great things happening in Greenup County recently, so let's get it started with one of our biggest events at GC.
Here's Elijah and Cody Brown with Meet the Musketeers.
Thanks, Ella. It was a fun night here at the greenhouse where we had our annual Meet the Musketeers. We got to see the middle school teams face off as well as the girls and boys varsity teams. We also saw the cheerleaders and dance teams perform. Here are some clips from that night.
Thanks, guys.
November is a super exciting month. Most people celebrate Thanksgiving and go Black Friday shopping, but one holiday that always brings tears to people's eyes is Veterans Day.
Here at GCHS, we love and support our veterans so much.
Here's Elaina, Boggs, and Reese Martin with this year's Veterans Day program.
Thanks, guys. On Friday, November 10th, Rho Kappa did an outstanding job on their annual Veterans Day program. We would like to shout out our GCHS band, Mr. Coleman, along with our Greenup Junior ROTC cadets. And special guest speaker, Staff Sergeant Joshua Graff, and guest singers Chelsea and Jordan Willis. We honor and thank our veterans for their service. Here's our footage.
Thanks, girls.
GCHS Band Director Brantley Coleman has been determined to bring success to the GCHS choir, band, and orchestra.
And that he has.
Here's Brantley Snider with the recent concert at GCHS.
Thanks, Ellen. On November 2nd, there was a choir and orchestra concert under the leadership of new director, Mr. Bradley Coleman. Both groups performed amazingly that night. Here are some clips.
Mine doesn't have memory card. Dude, he didn't. Mine doesn't have memory card.
Thanks, Brantley.
GCHS has many clubs to be involved in, one of the most popular ones being HOSA.
For Halloween, HOSA did a project involving pumpkins and different diseases.
Here's Brandon Poplin and Major LeMaster.
During the first week of November, students in Mrs. Hunt's health science classes participated in their pumpkin pathology project. Students adequately combined their knowledge of medical conditions and creativity to showcase what they've been learning. Students worked in groups to design pumpkins that reflected the medical condition assigned to them. This project allowed their audience to visually recognize the symptoms of the assigned diagnosis. Here's an explanation of the project from Mrs. Hunt, followed by a brief montage.
So today we are doing a pumpkin pathology project. All of the students, they're working either in pairs or groups of 3, and they all have a different medical diagnosis or condition, and they are carving or painting or decorating their pumpkin to look like that condition or disease. We're having a display on Friday, probably during lunch, and there'll be an index card telling about whatever medical disease or condition they have, and we're going to ask everybody to come down and vote on who they think is the best and make a contest out of it.
Thank you, Major.
Mr. Mosher and Mr. Plummer took 30 students to attend the annual video game conference, which is the largest running game conference in the country. Here's Logan Henry with the coverage.
Thanks, Ella. On November 8th, Mr. Mosher and Mr. Plummer took some of our students to Shawnee State University, who were interested to learn more about their gaming program that they offered, to further encourage them that going into a gaming career is possible if they put in the effort and hard work to achieve it. Here are the clips from the Shawnee State Video Game Conference that our students attended.
How long have you been doing this?
Okay, so that's a really great question. My first game was made in 1991. So back in the, my band, right? Amazing, because I'm only 38. Weird. The first game that I made quite by accident. And so I'll tell you the story. This is 100% true. You can choose to believe it or not. So I started in traditional media. I started as a tour guide. I started as a tour guide at Universal Studios. And I ended up working below the line. Below the line is basically. And then I went above the line and I started writing the TV shows that I worked on.
Thanks, Logan.
The GCHS Cheer Squad are no strangers to success. The cheerleaders recently competed to secure their spot on nationals and state. Now, here's Hayden Plummer and Ethan Gibson.
Thanks, girls. As most people know, the Greenup County cheerleaders are awesome. They just keep adding to their impressive list of accomplishments. They recently completed in the regional competition at the University of Cumberland.
They finished first place at regionals and they got to experience some great views on their trip. Here's some clips from a successful weekend.
Thanks, Ethan.
A few weeks ago, Greenup County was chosen by WSAZ to participate in Fired Up Friday. We'll pass it on to Madison Hayes with the story.
WSAZ visited the greenhouse early a couple Friday mornings ago to film us for a local competition to determine the school with the most spirit. The Musketeers put on a great show and cheered loudly, with Brady Blevins leading the charge with his cowbell. Here are some clips from that memorable morning.
Thanks, Madison.
That's all we have for now. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of GCTV.
And we'll see you next time
Here on the farm.